Hello again. Here we are looking at Aeon and how to request items. So for this, we're going to go back to the Archive of Recorded Sound, an online archive of California. So this is going to be where you're going to find a lot of the archival collections for that you may use Aeon to access. So for this, we're going to go to the Richard Howe collection. I'm interested in some mechanical musical instrument literature. So for this, I'm looking, I'm interested in, here we go, right here, subject files. Okay, the scope and contents sort of describes maybe what's in there a little bit, the arrangement, so on. Oh, index 1995. Oh, that's what I'm interested in. Oh, it's box 439, folder 5. It's good to keep track of that. So I want to request this. I want box 439 so I can look at folder 5. So let's go ahead and go over here and request items. And here we are. I'm already logged in my Aeon account. If you aren't, go ahead and log in with your username and password. And then I'm like, oh, wow, well, I was just looking at this. This looks different. Okay, let's go back over here. What is this? I was looking at mechanical musical instruments literature. Oh, that's the series right here. Okay, great. So I can click on that series and it drops down. And I was like, oh, wait, what else is it I'm looking at? Subject files. Oh, that's right. This is in subject files. That's the subseries. Let's open that. And there's box 439. It doesn't list the box title in this case, but you've looked at it here. So as you can see, I'm moving back and forth. It's probably really useful to have both these open, the Aeon request window and the Online Archive of California finding aid, because there's going to be a little inconsistency there, so you can reference each. So box 439, oh look, there's a lot of boxes, but that's the only one I want. I can collapse this. I can reopen it. It's still there, so I can use that to navigate through. So, and then we have, so now you're basically selected that box. You haven't submitted it yet. So intended use. So you can describe what you're going to do with it. This can be useful for your own reference and also for our reference, so we can provide better service. You can fill out my notes, which is sort of for your personal use. We can see these notes, but these are really to say, oh, I'm hoping to, anything to remind you of why you requested it. Additional information, questions, or special requests. So this is sort of directed towards us as the folks administering the reading rooms. So you can sort of say, oh, I want folder 5 specifically in box 439. You don't have to say that, but it could be useful. I mean, maybe you're like, oh, I want to browse box 439 anyways. I mean, we have the box selected up here, so it's fine. Researcher tags. So this is useful for anything. This is for your future use. So if you have multiple research projects going on, this could be like subject files. Maybe that's your paper you're working on. Probably not, but I don't know. We'll say that for here. So to sort of access this, so this is for a physical item. You want to look at this box. So you have to have an appointment for this. So here we have appointments that are already here, but we're going to have to create a new appointment. It needs to be five days out currently at the time of this video. That may change. So let's go over here. Oh, here's availability. At the Archive of Recorded Sound, we're open 9 to 4. This is, you can't make an appointment at 4 because we're closing, right? So this captures the time we're open. So I want this for Friday the 16th. I'm going to come in Friday the 16th at 11 a.m. So I'll double click there, and then I can name the appointment, and I'm going to just name it whatever's useful for me. In this case, I'm going to name it after the collection, and maybe box 439. There we go, 11 a.m., 11:30. You can stay. The stop time, you can have that there. It's useful for us, but you can, we're open till 4, so you can ostensibly stay longer. We aren't going to kick you out if it's like you put 11:30 there and it's like 11:40. We aren't going to like send you packing. So let's go ahead and schedule that. Oh, and here it is. Okay, so that's now this box 439. That's up here. Is scheduled for you to access it on site at the Archive of Recorded Sound with this appointment on December 16th of 2022. And then here you can save the request for later if you don't feel like you're quite ready, like you aren't sure you're going to be able to make that time yet. Maybe save it for later. And if you are ready, you can submit the request. There's also a request digital access here. It's pretty similar, so you'd be requesting a box still, request information similar, but in here you would dictate what parts of it you want. So if it's like folder 5, maybe like I want all of folder 5, something like that. And in the format, in that case, maybe you want a PDF. I mean, that's generally what I recommend, but a TIFF maybe if it's like an artistic work or something like that. With archive recorded sound though, so a lot of what we're going to have is going to be sound recording. So the M4A is actually a audio file. So that's probably what you're going to be wanting to access. You can inclusive pages. You can say like for sound recordings, for instance, it's not obviously a page, but you can say tape 5 if the tape isn't able to be paged individually, which is probably not. You can also say tape 5 and additional information up here. I would say both places. I'd say thoroughness is good. There is this little checkbox right here that says you agree to copyright restrictions and following that. So there's also a little for publication here, depending on how you might use it. But we're going to go ahead and just schedule this appointment because we don't need digital access. We're close by or we're visiting. So we're going to come in and see it on 12/16. So let's go ahead and submit it. And here we are. It's awaiting approval. That means awaiting approval means that a staff member such as myself will look at it in the Aon system and then approve it. And yeah. And so this is sort of your account too. So you can see I already have some other requests already in. These are being retrieved. This record catalog collection is ready for use. So if I went in now, it would be ready to access. You can also navigate to see different things at the top here. You can see appointments. You can click on that. And hopefully it moves pretty quickly. Here we go. So here's different appointments, including past appointments I've had. So sort of is like it'll keep a record of things for your future reference too. So if you actually want to go back to like, oh, what box did I use 6 months ago? It'll probably still be here. So that's really the basics of requesting items through Aon. There's going to be finding aids that don't have boxes you can select. In that case, I'm going to take you back and just a few pages, and well, let's go to a different place. Let's go to the main menu. There we go. So this takes us back to our outstanding requests, and then that's not going to do what we want to do either. So let's go farther back. We're going to go way back. We're going to go back, see all these pages we saw. Probably not very efficient. So here we are. So at the top here, this is where we entered the box we wanted. So sometimes there's not going to be any boxes here to request. So in that case, you can enter information here that says, maybe you want box 439. You go over here. This is all that displays. There's no drop down or anything. Just mechanical musical instrument literature. Well, if you go over here and you're like, oh, I know it's box 439. I can't request box 439. This may look a little different, but basically tell us you want box 439. And ideally, actually, the additional information would be the Howe collection, or Howe collection of musical instrument literature, box 439. And then on our end, from the sort of staff side, we can sort of take care of making that happen. So don't fret if you don't see boxes here. It'll still be okay. You'll still need to make an appointment down here at the bottom and just submit it as is, and we'll be able to backtrack. We may reach out to you to the email address that you created your account with. And for the archive recorded sound, you can also email us at soundarchive@stanford.edu with questions, and we can work with you to identify how to get what you're interested in to you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I want to thank you for watching this tutorial. If you're curious on how to create an account, please watch the video on that topic. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening as it may be.